Thanks for that. Just a bit of background about myself, my interest, how I started BRS accounting during COVID times in 2020, some bit of tax advice and support for you guys, and basically some awards I've received and business mentoring. Yeah, married with my Tina, two kids, Amisha and Kushal. I all grown up now, 21 and 18, and two rabbits, which is at COVID time. Background, I was actually born in Uganda. And in 1972, we were expelled by Idi Amin. I was only six, so couldn't remember much about it. But parents had to go through a hard time and start all over again. And when we started in the UK, interests as a family, we have, and before marriage, we had a lot of holidays, been quite a few places, like traveling, Florida, Bali, America, Europe, everywhere with the kids, local holidays, and travel everywhere with them as well. And recently been to Egypt, Hurghada, and went to Istanbul with some uni friends this year. Not all holidays have been brilliant. I mean, 15, broke my leg in Turkey, spent 2 weeks in hospital there. Fortunately, I had cover and insurance and got me back home safely. Had an operation and we're back to normal now. We all love our concerts. We love seeing quite a few concerts this year. But during the years, Michael Jackson, Madonna, Whitney Houston, as well as this year we're going to see JLS and Madonna again. And Radio 2 in the Park in Leicester sing Acts Like Cardi Minogue and Tears for Fears. I'm a passionate Leicester City fan, been there for the last 42 years. Been a member of the Foxes Trust when they went to inspiration. Been a Foxes Against Racism member, season holder since 23. Yes, Champions being probably the best time we've ever had in 15, 16. And unfortunately got relegated last season, but still look at the positive side. We're back again next year, hopefully. Local press, been a couple of articles about football. My education started with college. I went to university in Lancashire, in Preston, Lancashire University. Qualified through there as a got a degree in accounting, and then did my CCA, became a fellowship in accountancy. And once I qualified, did my accountancy exams and got through them. And then I had went to the public sector. So I worked for housing associations, charities, local authorities. And the main probably was the Princess Trust, which is a charity for young youths, where we helped in the East Midlands set up 1,000 businesses, giving them loans, grants, and a mentor, which was key to supporting them in their new startup businesses, and which is where my business started off and I got my inspiration from. And I spent some time in Nottingham Police and Derby's Council and Matthew Woods, wide experience. So, and we also had, me and my wife had a franchise in 2007 and 2009, where we used to have Little Kickers. It's a franchise for helping under fives to play football. And we were quite successful. At one time, we had 100 kids on a weekend playing football and learning life skills through football, which was interesting. But unfortunately, we didn't have the coaches, so we sold the franchise in 2009. And when COVID struck us in 2019-20, I was unemployed, and I decided to help a few clients out because all the grants support that the government giving. And my experience from the public sector with grants and loans, we decided to help a few people with all the changes and furlough scheme. And that's where I decided to set up my own business called BRS Accounting Services Limited. Provide quite a few areas of support, doing all the statutory work, as well as helping with taxation work, capitalizing any IT businesses out there. They can get research and development grants, which is useful. And also, with my experience in the public sector, I help a lot of charities do a lot of kick accounts, CICs, as well as charity accounts. So if you know anybody with that, who's got charity, there's accounts support, let me know. and also help with the basic business grants as well as helping a lot of startup businesses, which I try to focus on. And I'm credited with QuickBooks, member of the FSB, MSD UK, Hispanic minorities. Another area which I've done is set up the ODB Business Support Group. It's a local group where I live in ODB, where all the businesses we set up as a WhatsApp group. So on a voluntary basis, we've got 150 members now, where we try to use each other's services and help the local community. Some basic support and tax saving schemes, which you may have heard from your accountant. If you haven't, have a chat with me. Limited company, you can be employed by the limited company. As a sole trader, you'll be taxed the full amount of income. Use of your home, £312 a year. So if you're working from home for your company, then you claim £312 a year. And travel. So if you work any travel expenditure, 45p a month, make sure you put your travel claims in and claim it from your business. Make sure you use your personal allowances of £12,000. As well as the financial advisor will tell you, put some money into a pension scheme that will reduce your tax liability. And also, if you're a limited company, make sure you take your annual dividend if you're making a surplus. It's £1,000 this year to 24. Unfortunately, it will go down to £500 next year. Charitable donations are allowable expenditure. And clothing and merchandise with logos on it. So if Keith wears a logo on his waistcoat, he can claim that as expenses. So if you have any logos on any items of merchandise, you can allow that for tax expenditure. The other thing you may want to be aware of is making tax digital. This was meant to come in this year, but unfortunately it's been delayed, luckily. But it will be coming in the next few years. It's going to have an impact on, we've already got it for VAT, but it's going to have an impact on self-employed and people and landlords. So if you've got a business with a turnover of £50,000, from April 26, it will be able to do returns on a digital format. That means on an accounting software mainly. You may have heard of QuickBooks, Xero, Free Agent, which is through the NatWest Bank and it's free. So you have to get geared up for this. So April 26th, it's only a couple of days away. So if you're self-employed, make sure you start talking to your accountant on an early base, set yourself up on these bases. Similar with landlords. If you have a turnover of £30,000, you're required to make it tax digital as well. That's from April 27. So this will creep up soon. So be aware. So if you've got any properties, you rent them out, you may have to be within this. Also, landlords, I would advise you to set up a limited company because you claim your mortgage interest to that, which is restricted now with normally. I've been set up as some awards I've received. Would be a business support group. I was nominated for the community champion, which I got to the semi-final stage. Recently been nominated and the finalist for the British Asian Awards as an accountant. I'm also a mentor with the Help to Grow scheme, which is a government scheme to help startup businesses to grow. And over the years, I've had various roles in charitable organizations as well as helping support the community, doing business mentoring for the Princess Trust, member of the Leicester City Football Club and Foxes Trust, and just recently been appointed as East Midlands Ambassador for the Association of Business Mentors. And just some pictures with some people who met Prince Charles, who are working for the Princess Trust, some football players, can't really because people know. That's about it. Any questions for anybody?